I don't know if y'all have noticed, but we're seeing a lot of this family this morning. I don't know what it is. Some talent in the blood there. Ms. Marilyn Jones.
That's my brother. My baby brother. I know, I can tell it. Which one do you get?
Try that one. Yeah, the one on the boom.
Is this it? This is going to be different. She wanted something different, and I'm not going to sing, but I will next time. But my life has been a series of stories. A lot of it has been haste makes waste. My brother has written a book on all of our family's lives. Crack you up. And you look back and you think, how did I ever get through all this? But anyway, this is a story that's a true story. Really true story. And it's about my life whenever I was really young. My son that's back there, my oldest son, Lonnie, he was 2.5. And Marnie was, he might not have been quite 2.5, but anyway, Marnie was 6 months, 4 to 6 months. And so anyway, we were in the service, was still in the service, and I was staying at my mother's home. And I didn't have a car because Steve was still in the service and he was going back and forth in the only car we had. They were sick a lot when we were young. They were young a lot. That's one reason why I am where I am in the Lord right now, because I got to the point where I couldn't do anything myself. And so anyway, Marnie had I was at the house by myself. Everybody had gone to work at my mother's house. Steve's mother did not work. She was at home. Well, that morning, I got up, and Marnie was very, very sick with a high temperature. And Lonnie, he liked Captain Kangaroo. And so I was sitting in the rocker. I was holding Marnie, and I was rocking her with a hot temperature. And Lonnie was laying in the floor. He had gotten in the floor, and I had not seen how he got there. But anyway, the TV was not on. And I said, Lonnie, go turn the TV on. I can't walk. I said, what? Yes, you can walk. Don't you want to see Captain Kangaroo? Yeah, I can't walk. I said, go turn that TV on. He got up, and he walked to that TV, and he scared me to pieces. It looked like he had polio. He walked exactly like a person with polio. Scared me to pieces. First thing I thought he's had his shots. Well, I didn't have anybody there, and I had a sick baby in my arms, and I thought, I got to get him to the doctor. So I called Steve's mom, and I said, Miss Jones, Lonnie can't walk. I said, I need you to come over here. She said, well, I'm frying chicken right now. Somebody down the street died. And I said, Miss Jones, Lonnie can't walk. Please, I need you. So she says, okay. So she drove over there. She came in, and I was still sitting on the chair, and Lonnie, she was standing up on another chair behind it, and Lonnie got up. I said, Lonnie, walk for Mama. And first thing she said was, has he had his shots? Boy, that helped me a lot. I said, yes, he has. So I called the doctor. I always went to Dr. Dietz in Milam. Loved him. He was out that day. Had to go to, I think, Dr. McCarley. I think that's his name took his patients that was in 5 Points West. Well, we went over there and sat it was lots and lots of people. So anyway, we finally got called into a room. And the nurse she said, well, Marnie needs her temperature taken. Now, I'm going to get Marnie out. I got to demonstrate some of this. Okay, there was a chair in that little room. Miss Jones came in there with me, and we were in there for a long time, waiting. Well, I had Marnie, and I was sitting down first, but then whenever they came in there, back then, they didn't do the temperature in the ear. They did it, like that. So anyway, they gave me a glass thermometer. And it's no telling how long I had that in, Marnie. No telling, because the doctor came in. Well, Marnie was still here. And Lonnie was on the table. Well, the doctor came in, and I told him that his legs looked like, that I wanted him to see how he was walking. But before then, let me back up. Before the doctor came in, Marnie, before I took her temperature, she had done a dirty diaper. Back then, we had real diapers. We didn't have disposable, okay? So I had taken it, and I didn't have time to walk down the hall and clean it or wash it in the toilet, so I folded it up and put it on that chair that I had been sitting in. And I stood up like this, and the doctor came in. I forgot about it. And the thermometer was still in Marnie. And he looked at Lonnie walking, and he said, "Has he had his shots?" I said, "Yes, he's had his shots." And I knew what he was thinking, the same thing I was thinking. About that time, Marnie does number one in my hand, and the thermometer falls out and breaks on the floor. And the doctor looks down on the floor, and Miss Jones is standing there. And Miss Jones, the whole time she was doing that, so the whole time she was looking at the floor, and the doctor was looking at the floor, and I saw them looking. And I thought, I need to do something. Because Miss Jones would look at the doctor and look back at the floor, and because there was glass and TT all over the floor. And I thought, oh, I've got to clean this up. And I grabbed and I smeared it all over the floor. I said, and I looked up at the doctor, and Miss Jones looked at the doctor and went, and then the doctor looked at the floor, and then it was like he shook himself to reality. He went, "Is there anything else that he could have done to make his legs sore?" Well, Miss Jones spoke up. I had let her keep Lonnie the day before. And he had had diarrhea for a couple of days. And I said, "Miss Jones, don't let him run and play." They had a swing set. She said, so I let him teeter-totter all day long. And so the doctor said, "Well, that may be it, but wait about 2 or 3 days, and if that's it, it's the soreness in the upper leg on the inside." And that's why he was walking like that. He said, "Then if it's not that, come back, and we'll maybe do some tests." Well, that was it, because 2 or 3 days later, he got better and better and better. So the reason for the story is, it's an educational one. Don't let your child teeter-totter all day long.